Hands up if you're in love. Meghan wears a £4,000 outfit as she and Harry put on a very tactile show of affection as they tour their dukedom of Sussex for the first time and are mobbed by fans. When the Duchess of Cambridge returned to royal duties on Tuesday after the birth of Prince Louis, she wore a casual outfit costing £1,314. Not to be outdone, the Duchess of Sussex visited her new home county for the first time yesterday, in an ensemble worth £4,821. It included a £1,695 Gabriella Hearst handbag, £1,669 Giorgio Armani cashmere coat and a £369 Hugo Boss moss green leather skirt, paired with a £69 blouse from High Street Store and other stories. Jewelry including a £400 Adine Yaretta paved teardrop necklace brought the amount up to the eye-watering total. While Meghan, 37, was dressed to impress, many also commented on her long, luscious eyelashes, leading to speculation that she was wearing false ones. Just over 4 months after the Queen gave them the dukedom on their marriage, the Duchess and Prince Harry began their day in Chichester, West Sussex, greeted by a cheering crowd of 1,000. The couple met 13 children from Westbourne House School who had handmade them an AZ guide, or A to Z, as Meghan pronounced it, to places to visit in Sussex. When 10-year-old Tom Symington told Harry, "We're missing double Latin," the prince enthusiastically high-fived him. "The fact taught you got off double Latin because we're here." "That's fantastic," he said, before quickly adding, "although education is important." Broody Harry, 34, also ruffled the hair of a baby in the crowd. After a visit to Bognor, there was another Americanism from the Duchess as she met schoolchildren at the historic Brighton Pavilion. Asked what her favorite subject had been, she replied, "Math." Harry fist-bumped youngsters and laughed as one asked him, "How big is your palace? Can we have your phone number?" There was a more somber atmosphere next door at the Survivors Network, for those affected by sexual abuse. After men and women shared their stories with the couple, Meghan told them they had been very brave. On their last engagement of the day, in Peacehaven, East Sussex, Meghan ran to the aid of a girl who was knocked over in the crowd that turned out to greet her. She spotted tearful 10-year-old Cara Fairhall and reached out to hold her hand and soothe her. Cara said, she said, "Are you okay?" I said yes and she said, "It's going to be okay." I felt a lot better. Harry revealed concerns about young children playing the computer game Fortnite, which critics say is dangerously addictive. The game has an age limit of 12. Teacher Emma Johnston, who met Harry at the Brighton Pavilion, said, "He was saying that it's a concern of his, children playing the game before they are allowed to. We were saying that as a school it's a concern for us too." One boy said, "We said we were 8 and he said, 'You guys shouldn't really play Fortnite.'" A classmate added, "He was like this." What is wrong with parents? How the tour unfolded. Beginning their whistle-stop tour in the banqueting room, the Duke admired a Welsh dragon on the chandelier, told by a tour guide that it's a bit of a challenge getting up there to clean. "Is the fruit real?" the Duke asked. In the saloon, David Beavers, keeper of the Royal Pavilion, told the couple of the major restoration project to recreate the window silks, carpet and 12,000 platinum wall motifs. "It's amazing," said the Duchess. In the music room, the Duke was particularly keen to hear about how it was used as a makeshift hospital for wounded soldiers in the First World War. After their tour, cut slightly short because of the amount of time the couple spent meeting the public, the Duke and Duchess undertook another walkabout before walking the short journey to the Survivors Network next door. Also in Brighton today, Harry fist-bumped a child, leaving the pupil's friend in fits of giggles as he high-fived other excited children. The amusing moment happened this afternoon as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were greeted by roaring crowds today in the county that inspired their royal titles on their first joint official visit. Both royals were visibly delighted at meeting several younger children in Chichester, with Harry spotted patting the head of a baby and Meghan greeting a child eating an apple who was held up to the barriers. Pupils from a local school brought gifts for the couple, and 2 10-year-old classmates presented Meghan with an A to Z of Sussex made by the youngsters. The couple arrived in Sussex by helicopter and will use it to get between engagements throughout the day. Meghan was wearing a camel Armani coat, a dark green Hugo Boss skirt and shirt from an Other Stories paired with nude suede stilettos by Oliver Sweeney. Harry, dressed in a grey suit and white shirt, was smiling almost nose to nose with a dog at one point, while Meghan also met the dog. Crowds in their first destination of Chichester were slow to form, but by the time they arrived there were around 1,000 people waiting to see them, many waving flags. The couple were in great spirits, laughing and joking with royal fans, with the Duchess even remarking to one local on this amazing British weather. Harry and Meghan spent half an hour walking up and down West Street shaking hands and speaking to well-wishers. Among them were 13 children from Westbourne House School in Chichester. Harry immediately spotted the youngsters and exclaimed, "You've got a very, very similar school uniform to the one I had when I was at Wetherby School in London, all those years ago." "Are you on a school trip?" "Sort of," said one of the boys. "Sort of," exclaimed Harry. "Who is your teacher?" "We've come to see you." "Their teacher, Mrs. Sleep," explained. Harry stretched out his arm to shake hands, prompting Mrs. Sleep to squeal. "I'm not letting go." Please let go," he replied, pulling a comedy face. "Is this like a maths lesson or a field trip?" "This is my beautiful year 6, Mrs. Sleep explained. "They are form captains and deputy form captains." "Well done," interjected Harry. "They made you, to help you with your travels around Sussex, in AZ about where to go, what to eat and what to do. And we'll be quizzing you at the end." "Cool," said Harry. "We're missing double Latin," said Tom Symington. 10. "What, because you are here?" exclaimed the prince, and enthusiastically high-fived him. "The fact that you got off double Latin because we're here. I think that's fantastic," he added hurriedly, "although education is important." Later, Miss Sleep added, "They may be going to Chichester, Bognor and Brighton, but we wanted to show them there are a lot of other places in between which they can hopefully visit next time. They've missed their Latin test, which they're happy about, but they're keen to get back for football this afternoon. It includes pictures of famous local produce like English wine, historic landmarks and beauty spots." Thomas said, "We want to tell them all about Sussex because it is the best county in the world." Honor pennant. 10. From Hampshire brought a bouquet of rosemary and white dahlias picked from her garden, and said, "I love Meghan so much I named my chicken after her. I like Meghan, the Duchess, because I think she is quite spritly." Aptly, Meghan the chicken is a breed called Light Sussex. "I hope I can give her the flowers and tell her about my chicken." There were huge cheers as the couple arrived in the city. Meghan appeared delighted to see the crowds and was seen dabbing the sides of her eyes and smiling as she greeted people. Among fans she spoke to was Ellie Penfold, of Chichester, who said of Meghan, "She looked very happy." "We shook her hand. We told her how much we loved her wedding dress and talked about the wedding. She looked very pleased to see everyone and was very natural." The couple were greeted by the Lord Lieutenant of West Sussex, Susan Piper, and the Mayor of Chichester, Martin Bell. But they spent most of their time speaking to crowds, including hordes of school children. Tilly Palmer, 9, stood outside the Prebendal School, where she is a pupil, and said she was over the moon to meet Harry and Meghan. She said, "Meghan asked me what we were doing today. I said netball and she said they don't have that in the USA. We said welcome to Sussex and she shook our hands. She was lovely and very pretty. One of my classmates gave her a bunch of red roses." The royals walked 200 years down West Street to Eve's house, the magnificent Georgian mansion in the market town, to be greeted by Caroline Nichols, High Sheriff of West Sussex, Lionel Barnard, Chairman of the local county council, and Elizabeth Hamilton, Chairman of the district council. Inside the Great I-listed building, which dates from 1696, which is mainly used for weddings and civic functions throughout the year, Wendy Walker, the West Sussex archivist, proudly showed them the rare Sussex copy of the American Declaration of Independence. The declaration, stored in the local records office but displayed especially for the royal visit, is one of only 2 contemporary handwritten ceremonial manuscript copies, the other being the signed copy housed in the National Archives in Washington, D.C. It was originally delivered to the town in 1956 by solicitor Leslie Holden, who worked for local firm Rapers and collected many local historical documents throughout his life. At the time the company were the solicitors for the Duke of Richmond, whose family seat is Goodwood House in West Sussex. The document is thought to have been held by the 3rd Duke of Richmond, who was known as the Radical Duke for his support of the Americans during the Revolution. Mrs. Walker told Harry and Meghan how it was drawn up in America, possibly in New York or Philadelphia, to which the Duchess simply exclaimed, "Wow, That's really special. However, it was not until 2016 that document's true significance was discovered, when further research and testing revealed it dated back to the 1780s and is the most valued declaration other than the Matlack Declaration, which is signed by the American forefathers held in Washington. Harry diligently asked about the history of the document and seemed incredibly impressed when told of the significance of the manuscript. He said, "That is absolutely amazing. So interesting." When handed a copy of the Sussex Declaration which has been specially prepared for her, the Duchess said, "Oh my goodness, that's great, thank you so much, that's really special, thank you." On behalf of the Records Office, Mrs. Walker also presented Meghan with a copy of the book Roots of America, an anthology of the documents relating to American history kept in the West Sussex Records Office. The Duke and Duchess both signed the Eads House Visitors Book. Outside Eads House, crowds were still enjoying the excitement of the event and hoping to catch a glimpse of the pair as they left. Kim Martin, of Chichester, was another person who got to meet the couple. She said, "I spoke to Harry and he said it's always sunny in Sussex. I told Meghan how beautiful she was and she said thank you very much. They were very friendly and they spent so much time with the public." Royal superfan Zoe McManus, 33, said she could not put into words how happy she was that she had met the royal couple in her hometown. Draped in a Union flag banner with a picture of the pair on it and wearing a similarly styled hat, she said, "I'm so happy. I met Harry and told him I was proud of him and I loved him lots. He joked and said he liked my hat. I think they are great because they are our generation. I love them. It is great the work they are doing for mental health. I think they are great." One 7-year-old told Meghan he had been waiting for her since before school time, to which the Duchess softly replied, "Well, I am so grateful. It is so lovely to meet you." Local resident Sally Harper, 56, who shook hands with Meghan, said, "They are just the loveliest couple. We feel very proud to have them come to our county, which is of course their county too, and to see them spend so much time with all the children is very special. We love them." Earlier, friends Roz Gentle and Mary Menzies, from Chichester, were standing in the crowds waiting to see Harry and Meghan. Mrs. Gentle said, "I think they are a great advert for the royal family." Mrs. Menzies said, "I'm looking forward to seeing them because I think they are a great couple, a breath of fresh air." Later, Harry and Meghan arrived in Bognor Regis where they officially opened the University of Chichester's Engineering and Digital Technology Park. A crowd of excited students waited to greet them and shouted words of encouragement to the couple. The site is designed to offer practical experience in partnership with local industry. After watching how to animate a ball, Meghan had a chat with Joe Lowry Powell, 18, and Kieran McNair, 19. Mr. McNair said, "She was just really friendly and asked us load of interesting questions. How we started on the course and things like that." Harry couldn't quite believe the tent was Butlins, which was quite funny. Meghan said it was a nice view and a great room to work in and that it great that we have guys straight from industry to teach us. She is hot. I thought the royals would be stereotypically uptight and cold, but she was very relaxed and friendly. We didn't speak to him, but Harry seemed very chilled. I was excited about performing in front of them. I'm studying music and I'd studied his piece for a couple of months to get it right. Crispin Ward, 53, head of orchestral studies, said, "The couple were blown away. They both said wow. They said they had no idea a student orchestra could be that good." The Duchess were thrilled that one of our postgrads and professor of music was from Northwestern. Harry joked that they lost the accent. She was asking about the number of orchestras. "We have 7 and it's the biggest department in the UK." Harry asked if this was as big as it gets and I said no. We add in the brass and woodwind and it's even bigger. The couple then formally opened the tech park by unveiling a plaque before leaving for a private lunch. They were shown a sequence from a film about how objects are shown to bounce in animations. Harry and Meghan then spent a few moments speaking to the students about their work. The Duke and Duchess also toured an engineering laboratory. They watched a demonstration of a mechanizing machine, which tests the durability of materials. The Duchess pressed the button to begin the test and Meghan and Harry both donned safety goggles during the experiment. She exclaimed that it was incredible and he remarked that it's a very cool machine. Harry and Meghan listened to the Student Chamber Orchestra perform a piece from Vivaldi's Four Seasons. Technology students practiced filming and recording the performance in the state-of-the-art sound stage. Meghan said the piece was so impressive and afterwards spoke to the musicians and told them that was so good. Beautiful. Harry said the building is incredible and that the students are lucky it landed on your doorstep. The couple chatted with cellist Laura Ritchie, who is originally from Chicago, and joked that she has lost her accent. The 44-year-old, who is professor of learning and teaching in the music department, said it was fantastic, really wonderful and such a privilege to meet the royals. They joked that I've lost my accent. Americans think I sound British, she added. It was really wonderful to represent the university and play with the students. This group is used to high-profile engagements, so it was really exciting to perform for them today and in such a wonderful space. Harry got behind one of the cameras and tried his hand at filming. He and Meghan then unveiled a plaque in the foyer and officially opened the building. This afternoon they headed for East Sussex, and the vibrant city of Brighton, where they visited the iconic Royal Pavilion, built by the flamboyant George, Prince of Wales, who later became the infamous Prince Regent in the 1780s. The couple undertook another walkabout and received a private tour of some of the pavilion's historic and eye-catching rooms. On the way into Brighton Pavilion, local well-wisher Jessica Hilliard said, "Welcome to Brighton, the coolest city." Harry quipped back, "I've just come from West Sussex and they say they have the coolest city." Meghan was told by one woman that she turned 66 today. "She wished me happy birthday," said Margaret Osborne, from Kent.